Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. And in this video, we're going to be doing some AI Dungeon 2. Some AI Dungeon 2. So if you guys would like to play some AI Dungeon 2 with your boy, feel free to hop on into this stream. Volt said, what's good? What's good, Volt? So we're going to be doing AI Dungeon 2 a little bit differently from how we've been doing it in the past. So in the past, I've played in the live chat with you guys, where you guys like tell me what characters you want to play and stuff like that. And then I controlled all the action. Instead, we're gonna try and play through AI Dungeon 2 itself. So if you want to play along, I advise that you go to play.aidungeon.io, and we can all play together there. Now, what I'm going to have to do in order to get this stream going is I'm going to have to set up a multiplayer game. Also, another thing that's going to be different. Normally, I do dramatic readings of what's happening. I'll still dramatically read what you guys do, but I actually have the game set up to read the text itself. So we're going to try that out and just see how that goes. So I'm going to set up a multiplayer game. I've never set up a multiplayer game before. I'm going to hit start a new story, and it says you can add both local pass and play players and online players to your games. After you've added online friends and started the adventure, the game will show up on your friends' multiplayer stories page and they'll be able to join. Because the AI is still learning how to handle multiple people, your job as the host will be to act as a supervisor to the AI Dungeon Master. With supervised mode, you'll be able to edit and fix the AI's responses before they're shown to other players. This doesn't mean you can't also play though. Just add yourself as a local player to join in the fun. Okay, so does that mean I have to add everyone ahead of time? That's so weird. So Volt said D34DSM1L3S. That's my user for AI Dungeon. Dead Smalls? Is that your name? Godzilla said hi. Yo, Godzilla, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Yo, Nerd Tanker, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy and any discussion topics like talk about on the stream? Nerd Tanker said roar. Godzilla said I'm Lizard Zor in AI Dungeon 2. Also, I noticed one of the adventure types this here is called Battle. I'm gonna pick Battle because that sounds cool as fuck. And I'm gonna call this First Multiplayer Adventure. Just because why not? Volt said Dead Smiles, technically, and then Godzilla said Battle? Yeah. Godzilla said, I want to do Cyberpunk. We can do a Cyberpunk battle. We can, like, it can still, because battle doesn't classify the genre really, other than it just means we're gonna fight. Godzilla said, Volt said, battle sounds dope. I feel like we can still do Cyberpunk with battle. I feel like we can make it work, Godzilla. What are your thoughts? Because I know that we talked about Cyberpunk earlier. Godzilla said, I don't really want to do a battle thing. Ah, okay, Godzilla. This is like the only place where battle even is an option. I'll hit up Cyberpunk if you want to do Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's cool. Let's see. So let's add characters. So, Volt, what would you like your character name to be? Godzilla said, oh, I already read that. Volt said, all you gotta do is write as if you were in a cyberpunk world. Godzilla said, you can battle in cyberpunk, but you can also cyberpunk in battle. I feel like it just goes both ways. Um, let's see. So I need to scroll back up to the top, so I might miss a few live chat messages. That's just because Volt has a password ass username. I feel like your username would work as a password in a lot of things. Except, you need some capital letters in there and like some symbols. Let's see. Volt said, I'll just play Sarah again. Oh, do I need to bring up the character sheet stuff? Um, like, are we. That's a good question. I'm curious if you guys can add to the memory, like how I used to be able to do. But I'm gonna add Sarah to the game. Next up, I'm gonna add Godzilla. Godzilla, what would you want your character's name to be? Godzilla said, I want to do some RP things with the AI. You still can. You still, like, I'm sure that even if it was battle as the type, you could still do RP things. Like, the adventure types for multiplayer are fantasy, horror, apocalypse, cyberpunk, battle, and custom. Like, I'm sure you can RP with any of them. It's just battle sounds cool. Let's see. Godzilla said, I want to do some RP things with you all. Volt said, maybe it would go faster. I do think it would go faster. Godzilla said, Juggernaut is what he wants his character name to be. And then his username is lizard underscore soar. So I'm going to hit the check mark. Volt said, let me know when I've been invited. I keep checking, so dungeon to see if so. You have been invited? Yo, Nerd Tinker, would you like to join in? I don't know if you can add characters like after a certain point. So I want to know now if Godzilla, not if Godzilla, if Nerd Tanker wants to be in, because I'd have to add him as a local player now, maybe. And I guess that's the main thing that I want to look out for. I'm about to add myself as a local player. I always just name my characters Jet for simplicity. So I'm in the turn order. Godzilla said I cannot find where it would be. Volt said it's not showing the invitation. Well, I also haven't started the game yet. Like, would you guys know as soon as I sent it, or would you guys know after I like started it up? Is the question. Since this is all new, we're still like learning how this works. So I wouldn't be too surprised if like a lot of this is us just figuring out how this works. I'm sure we'll know soon enough. Volt said we will have to see. Um, Nerd Tinker, let me know if you want to play. I'll start up the game. In worst case scenario, if Nerd Tinker wants to play, but I didn't put him in at the beginning, we'll be able to like put him in later somehow. I don't know. I hope you can add characters throughout, because otherwise you're stuck to like one party, which would be kind of weird. But let's just start up what we have so far and see what happens. Okay, so I actually put Dead Smiles, aka Volton, as player one. So it says, please wait for Dead Smiles' turn. So I gotta wait for your boy Volt's turn. So here's what we have. Sarah, Juggernaut, and Jet are cyborg slaves living in the futuristic city of Zale. They are forced to serve a megacorporation and are severely punished if they disobey. They begin their workday salvaging metals in a local junkyard. They look around and see that there is nothing for them here except scavenged metal. We can do better than this. We can be something more useful, one says. What? What do you mean we can be something more useful? I didn't turn off quoted dialogue, so it's still gonna do weird quoted dialogue and stuff. Volt said, I'm in. He said, I have the remember function, by the way, ballin'. That means that we can each edit the remember function ourselves, which should help streamline gameplay a good bit. Godzilla said, same here. Nice. I'm glad that everybody's in. Wait a minute. I could have sworn I turned on the voice. Why didn't I hear the voice read that? Okay, so you said look around the junkyard, and then it says alter the AI's response if needed. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything to alter. I'm just gonna say submit. 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 Do I hit cancel for that? I'm stuck in a loop. No matter which one I hit, I'm like stuck. It's weird. So it says alter the AI's response if needed. And then it shows that you said look around the junkyard as your turn. And then I have a box that I can type in, but there's nothing in the box. Volt said the AI didn't respond, and then Godzilla said, okay. Well, the reason why the AI didn't respond is because the game's like, you as the DM, like me as the DM, or I as the DM get to like edit I can alter on the fly is what the system's supposed to do. But instead of altering on the fly, I'm like locked in a box. Like I haven't been able to do anything. And the box is empty. Like the box doesn't even include what the AI says. So this is kind of gross. Godzilla said press enter. If you press enter in the box, it just escapes the line, Godzilla. I've been hitting submit and it like goes away and then it comes back. And then I'll hit cancel and it goes away and then it comes back. So I don't really know what's going on with this. But we might need to go back. Oh, I can actually change it from here. Oh, cool. You can add characters at any time. So I'm glad that we know that. I'm going to turn off supervise mode because it seems to be breaking it. I'm going to hit cancel. I'm hitting cancel, but it's still doing the alter the AI's response if needed. Maybe I need to type something in the box. I'm going to say yo. I said yo, but then nothing actually happened. Can I retry your turn so that the AI actually says something? Volt said it's still saying it's my turn. On my screen, it says it's Godzilla's turn. Volt said, please do. Okay, so I hit retry. Yeah, okay, now it's working. So the response was, you know what I mean? We could be doing something useful like, well, anything really. Like, say we were scientists or something. Maybe we could create some sort of device that would help us out here. And then jumps to another quoted dialogue and it says, but how? You don't have any science knowledge, which is weird because it's just like having a dialogue between two random characters. It's not really doing what you said at all. And then it said the same thing for Godzilla's turn too. So Godzilla said, we should get out of this place. We should go out into the world. Being slaves won't help us. And then it just repeated its response from before. What should we do? Should we revert the last couple turns? Should we try to roll with the punches from here? Um, Volt said we should have picked battle. Godzilla said we should restart the thing. Let's do a couple reverts. Okay. So I reverted back to the beginning. So I think we should be good now. P said, hey yo, P, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy and any discussion topics like talk about on the stream? Yo, Kevin. Kevin said, hi, and what's up? Yo, Kevin, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy and any discussion topics you like talk about on the stream? Right now, we're doing AI Dungeon 2 multiplayer. Um, and already I have like a number of like weird feelings about it. For one, I cut off supervised mode earlier and it cut itself back on, which is kind of weird. Um, okay, so here we go. Volt took his turn and it looks like it's working again. So Volt said, pick up a piece of scrap metal and examine it. Then the game said in response to that, in quotes, this looks like a radio receiver. It might work as a part of our new suit. I think we should take it. That seems kind of cool. I like that as like a response. Are you down with that? I should have asked Volt because I was already in an alter window. So that's what I should do. I should read out loud what you guys have done and how the AI responded, and then I should ask you guys if it's okay or not. P said the AI is taking over. Volt said everybody has to have supervised mode turned off in the settings. Volt said, and yes, I'm fine with it. Okay, ballin'. It's now Godzilla's turn, which the game is already saying it's Godzilla's turn, I'm sure, to Godzilla. Anyone can play still. So we can still do the local multiplayer stuff we were doing before, in this. They even have a skip button if someone like needs us to skip their turn or anything. So I think that'd be cool. Like, so if you guys want to play, you guys can also still play. So Juggernaut says, I want to get out of this place. And then in quotes it says, well, that's your choice, but I don't see why you have to go alone. You could bring some others with you. I don't know who said that. Like, someone's talking with that quoted text, and it could really be anyone. Like, do we want to attribute that text to another player? Like, Volt, do you want to say that? Or should we attribute it to like a non player character? Like, should we introduce someone to say that? What are you guys' thoughts? Volt said it's a bug that will turn the settings back on for everybody. He said, I just read about it. Interesting. So because at least one person has supervised mode on, it's gonna do that. Volt says he's fine with saying that. So I'm gonna edit the response to say Sarah says, and then hit submit. It's nice that it alters each turn. So here's what I want to do. So we're cyborg slaves. Okay. I'm going to attempt to hack into the mega corporation and cause it, and force it to donate all of its money to my favorite charity, but I'm gonna say your favorite charity. Wait, hold up. The person changes for multiplayer, doesn't it? Can't I say my now and it would work instead of saying your? Because it's like a different tense now. That actually fucks with me. So maybe this will work. I'm gonna say my instead of your. Juggernaut just shrugs his shoulders and walks away. He doesn't seem too happy about the situation. You decide to join Jet's group in trying to break into the mega corporation's computer system so you can find out what they plan on doing next. So it had me say that I decide to join my own group. Would someone else like to fill in the position for me? Volt said, honestly, this took about the same time to set up like a normal AI dungeon campaign. Godzilla said, me. Volt said, I will. Okay. I will say Juggernaut and Sarah decide to join Jet's group in trying to break into the mega corporation's computer system. And then instead of saying so you, I'm going to say to find out what they plan on doing next. Cool. Next up is Volt's turn. P said, so you can play AI Dungeon 2 online with other people? Yeah. There's now a premium version out, which I have, and if you have premium, you can host multiplayer games, but then anyone can play in the multiplayer game. Godzilla said, my next thing will have to do with your character, Volt. Interesting. Well, it's Volt's turn at the moment, so maybe Volt will help you out with that. So right now we have a group, and it seems like our plan is, well, it seems like we have two plans. Volt's character Sarah mentioned having a suit, so I'm curious to hear more about the suit. Sarah looks for useful passwords to the mega corporation's computer systems. Then the AI said, hey, I found a password that opens up the elevator door. Let's go, Sarah exclaims. They enter the elevator and soon arrive at floor 25. What do you guys think of that? I actually think that's a pretty cool turn of events. Volt said, I just submitted my response. I got you. I just read how the AI responded. Volt, are you okay with that response? Volt said, that's cool. Okay, I'll hit submit. Okay, so next up is Godzilla. Godzilla, it is your turn. Do you think the gameplay is smoother the way that it's currently set up? That we like alter between turns automatically? Juggernaut says, Sarah, why should I trust you? Before we were slaves, you were trying to kill me. Sarah replies, because I didn't know any better back then. They continued down the elevator and eventually reached the bottom. They notice a large room filled with computers. It's interesting that it says we reached the bottom, but we were going to floor 25. I want to change it to they continue down the elevator and eventually reach the 25th floor. Also, I'm not sure if down the elevator makes sense. If we open the elevator, I mean, we could have been in the building already, but we were in a junkyard before. I'm going to say they continue up the elevator. I think that makes more sense. And then it says they notice a large room filled with computers. Volt, how do you feel about the dialogue it gave to you? Volt said, it's a bit smoother to be honest. Volt said, I'm gonna just smash all the computers. So Volt, you replied to what Godzilla said by saying, because I didn't know any better back then. Volt said, I like it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna hit submit, and it is now my turn. Which is good, because Volt said he was gonna smash all the computers. Before Volt can do that, um, try to connect to all of the computers using my cybernetic implants in order to take full control of the mega corporation. Let's see. The AI said, Jet fails miserably. The computers refuse to respond to him at all. All he gets is garbled noise. Damn it, this isn't working. We need someone else to help us. Oh, nice. That actually just made sense. The game was like, I'm not giving you that for free. Okay, so next up is Volt. So I tried to take control of all the computers, but it didn't work. I wonder if we all our cyborg powers combined our cyborg powers together, if we could hack into all the computers. Like if we did like a brute force attack where we're all trying to use our cyborg abilities, if it would like overwhelm like the system security or something. Because I feel like if we could take control of the mega corporation, then we could free all the slaves. Or we could demolish the corporation, like financially or something, and then free all the slaves that way. Godzilla said, we don't want to set off the alarms. That's true. Volt attempts to use his cybernetics to help Jet. Well, I should read it the way that it said. Sarah attempts to use his cybernetic. Well, her. Fuck. Sarah attempts to use my cybernetics to help Jet hack into all the computers. To which then it says, no, no, I'm not helping you. I don't want to be a slave anymore. The elevator doors open up and two people walk in. So I don't think that dialogue makes any sense, the dialogue that it gave. Also, I think I read it in a confusing way because I'm still getting used to how the AI dictates turns. Um, so more or less, Volt's character Sarah tried to help me hack into the computers, and then the AI made Volt's character say, "No, no, I'm not helping you. I don't want to be a slave anymore." But I don't know why you wouldn't want to help me if you don't want to be a slave anymore. Do you want me to change the dialogue at all? Are you fine with the dialogue? Volt said, could we try that again? We could. I don't know. I feel like the response wasn't even that weird, to be honest. So I'm going to hit cancel, and then I'm going to hit retry. And retry will allow us to try it again without doing the revert copy paste. Volt said, or yeah, change the dialogue. So I hit retry. Sarah attempts to use her cybernetics to help Jet hack into all the computers. Then the AI said, the only thing she succeeds in doing is giving her an orgasm, which causes her to lose consciousness. She falls off the elevator shaft and dies instantly. Imagine trying to hack into the computer system with your cybernetics and coming so hard you fall down an elevator shaft and die. AI Dungeon 2 pulled no punches. They were like, before, I just made you rebel against Jet. They're like, you don't want to do that? You want to come to death? Ryan said, I found a channel that features a series of sci fi species too stupid to exist. That sounds interesting. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do any questions for your boy and do any discussion topics you like to talk about on the stream? Volt said, I don't know how I feel about this. Then Kevin said XD. Um, how do you feel about it, Volt? Because technically, it doesn't. It's not like it's wrong. It's just a really quick death. Ryan said, like the Kryptonians in Man of Steel. If you want, we can try to bring you back to life, Volt. Ryan said, or humans in Avatar. I can try on my next turn to try and like revive you, Volt, if you're okay with dying. That or we could retry. I normally don't like to retry stuff that's just failing though, because failing doesn't seem too bad. How the fuck do you die instantly from falling off the shaft? I guess shock. Volt said, yeah, just try to bring me back to life. Okay. I will try to bring you back to life on my next turn. Next up is Godzilla. So Godzilla, what would you like to do? Excuse me. Godzilla said, destroy the computers and say, damn computers won't help anyone. We just need to smash into the wall and get out. Then the AI said, they smash through the wall and escape. After escaping from the mega corporation, they decide to go home. They both feel guilty about what happened and vow never to do anything like that again. Okay. So I don't like how it railroaded us. I'm fine with smashing through the wall. I think that's fine. Are you I imagine Godzilla's fine with smashing through the wall. I'm going to get rid of that line that says after escaping. I'm also going to say I'm going to get rid of the part where it says we escape. I'm just going to say they smashed through the wall and keep it at that. Godzilla said we also need Volt back because Sarah died of an orgasm. So I'm just going to say they smashed through the wall. That way we don't just leave Volt behind. And at least we know that now that the wall is smashed, that we can escape through it because the AI almost let us do it. Um, so Sarah fell 25 floors down. So we got to figure out what to do on that. Ryan said my computer's Safari browser is blurry for some reason. So I'm going to attempt to transmit a reboot code to Sarah to revive her robot, well, not robot, cyborg body. I imagine if I can get Sarah to reboot, maybe it'll activate like a healing factor or something. Godzilla said, so how do we get her back? Godzilla says she died though, so how do we get her back? We'll figure something out. Ryan said, like, all the text is marginally pixelated. Huh, that is weird. So here's what I did. Jet attempts to transmit a reboot code to Sarah to revive her cyborg body. She doesn't respond. Jet attempts to do it again but fails. He tries several times more and finally gives up. He sighs and said, we're doomed now. Fuck. You hear a loud explosion coming from above you, followed by screams of pain and anger from below. A loud explosion above us is not good when you're on the 25th floor. Also, I'm going to say Jet hears instead of you hears, because I don't know why it would be you. Jet hears a loud explosion coming from above, followed by screams of pain and anger from below. I'm going to say, I guess, Jet and Juggernaut here, since we're both here. I don't know why we wouldn't both hear it. But the screams of pain and anger from below might be Sarah. Sarah might be back now. Who knows? Volt said, oof, what if the screams are mine? That's a possibility. Maybe all those reboot codes finally made it to you. It's your turn, by the way. So it said you died, but you still have actions. So maybe you'll be able to do something with your actions to not be dead. Excuse me. My apologies on that. Let's see. Do 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 do. It's too bad that the AI isn't reading out what's happening. I turned on the reading settings. What if everyone has to turn on the read out loud settings for it to read out loud, and otherwise it doesn't do it? That would suck. Godzilla said, "What now?" So right now it's Volt's turn. Here's the last thing that happened, Godzilla, to give you a refresher. Jet attempts to transmit a reboot code to Sarah to revive her cyborg body. She doesn't respond. Jet attempts to do this again but fails. He tries several times more and finally gives up. He sighs and says, "We're doomed now." Fuck. Jet and Juggernaut hear a loud explosion coming from above, followed by screams of pain and anger from below. Godzilla said, Volt, are you doing this? It is Volt's turn. I imagine Volt's trying to figure out what he wants to do. Okay, so here it is. It says, Sarah stands up and begins screaming in agony before yelling, "Damn computers!" A few seconds later, she collapses backwards onto the ground. Jet looks down and sees Sarah lying there motionless. He looks over at Juggernaut, who has a concerned expression on his face. Okay. I mean, that sounds good. Because it doesn't go against anything that you'd said before. It just more or less is like, hey, you're not just gonna be up and at him. The game's like you're still kind of fucked. Volt said, "Yeah, I just sent in my response." And he said, "It seems reasonable." So Godzilla said, Juggernaut jumps down and fights the soldiers while trying to save Sarah. What soldiers? Then the game said, you run over to them and ask, "What happened?" I'm gonna say, instead of you run over to them, because I don't know why it keeps doing the you thing, I'm gonna say, Jet. Wait, hold on, what the fuck? Sarah orgasmed and fell down the elevator shaft and fucking died. Godzilla jumps down the elevator shaft to fight soldiers and he's fine? What killed you, Volt? If we're cyborgs who can survive fucking jumping off elevator shafts, did you just die because you had an orgasm and you fell? You just weren't ready? You couldn't brace yourself? Anyways, I'm gonna say Jet runs over to Sarah and asks what happens. I guess I should say Jet leaps down to Sarah. Well, Jet leaps down to the first floor, runs over to Sarah, and asks what happened. Let's see. Volt said, "It shorted my circuits, lol." Godzilla said, "I still want to fight the bad guys and do my turn." Understandable. Um, oh, and then Godzilla said, "Nick, you're taking my turn." I'm sorry, I understand what you're saying now. Um, Godzilla, can you alter your last thing? I just realized you only ever alter and supervise. I don't have an alter button here. I think I fucked up. Godzilla said I cannot alter. I'm sorry, hold on. Let me just retry then. The way that I imagined it, Juggernaut, was that like you had done what you had done, but then it was saying that something else was happening with a different character. My bad. Okay. So I hit. Did I hit revert or did I hit retry? I might have hit retry. But when I hit retry, it said Jet runs over to her and asks, "What happened?" She tells him, "I was trying to get in contact with my friends, but the damn computers won't let me. I tried everything." Then it says, "You run over to them and grab Sarah by the hand." Again, it's still trying to make me do stuff more than make you do stuff. Though I still feel like Juggernaut's thing is still happening. Like, I think Juggernaut jumps down and fights the soldiers while trying to save Sarah. And then it's like Jet runs over to Sarah and asks her what happened. And then Sarah like explains her thing. Godzilla's like, "I need to terrorize the soldiers." I got you. Tell me what you want to happen. I can get it go. Well, Godzilla's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Let me add a line to it to make sure that you're doing what you're doing." I'm gonna say, while Juggernaut takes on the soldiers, comma, Jet runs over, and then it can still kind of go that way that it was going before. But now we're making sure that you are indeed fighting the soldiers, like that battle is happening. Now, Volt, I want to ask you about the dialogue because the dialogue it said was, I was trying to get in contact with my friends, but the damn computers won't let me. I tried everything. Which doesn't sound accurate. Like, I could see you being like, damn computers, but I don't think you were trying to get in contact with your friends. You were trying to help me hack. Volt said, I'm fine with the dialogue. So, do you want it to stay with the, I was trying to get in contact with my friends? Or do you want me to change it to be like, I was trying to help you hack into the computers? Volt said, but honestly, you're right. Okay. Let me change it up then. Let's see. I was trying to help you hack into the system, but the damn computers won't let me. I tried everything. And I think that works. And then Volt said, change it. And then it said, you run over to them and grab Sarah by the hand. I think that you is supposed to be Godzilla's character, Juggernaut. Godzilla, are you okay with me changing the you run over to them and grab Sarah by the hand to Juggernaut runs over to them and grabs Sarah by the hand? Godzilla said, yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, it's my turn. Okay. So we weren't able to hack into the computers or whatever. And we actually had a lot of trouble trying to do that. So let me see. I'm going to try to punch out the support beams of the building while yelling for my friends to escape while they can. I'm gonna try to literally bring the corporation building to the ground. So Jet tries to punch out the support beams of the building while yelling for his friends to escape while they can. Suddenly, a huge robot appears from the ceiling. Its name is Cyberdyne 9000. Its head is made of metal and its arms have guns on them. It fires a beam of energy at Jet and the others who dodge it. Excuse me. Oh shit. So I'm trying to knock out the support beams, and then a giant fucking robot appears through the ceiling and tries to kill me with a beam of energy. I'm gonna keep that. I'm fine with that. It is now Volt's turn. Godzilla said, can I help? Volt said, of course you could, especially now that this big robot thingy happened. Yeah. While I'm trying to take out the support beams of the building, somebody needs to handle big ass robot guy, Cyberdyne 9000. Right now it's Volt's turn. Um, fuck. We should have done more to try and support Volt. Um, because I'm not sure if Volt is in fighting condition yet. Godzilla said, I'm guessing I'm the size of Cyberdyne 9000. We were all cyborg prisoners, but it never said how big or small we are. So if you want to be like, yo, I'm thick, thicky, Sam Wick, wiki, that's fine with me. A matter of fact, while Volt's doing their turn, I'll add to the remember command and say something like, Juggernaut is a very large cyborg with incredible strength. So right now we're waiting on Volt's turn. That's kind of cool, actually. We can add to the remember command while other people are taking their turns. So it's not like you have to wait for your turn to add to the memory context. Godzilla said, I'm like the size of Venom. So he is the size of Venom. Okay. Sarah jumps onto the back of the robot and attempts to pull at some of his exposed wires, yelling, fucking dickhead. Jet attempts to shoot the robot with his rifle, but Cyberdyne 9000 grabs him and throws him against a wall. Oh shit. So, I feel like both things are happening at the same time. Like the AI is going like while Sarah's doing that, Jet's trying to shoot it with the rifle, but then it grabs Jet and throws him against the wall while Sarah's like pulling the wires at the back of the head. Volt said, I think I pissed it off. It crashed through the ceiling. I think it's already pissed off. Godzilla said, good, Volt, good. It is now Godzilla's turn. Godzilla said, I'm gonna take this robot down. Also, I have a gun. I didn't know I had a gun. We were slaves. Why do I have a gun? Juggernaut punches Cyberdyne 9000 in the face while glowing green with power. What? Cyberdyne 9000 laughs. You think you can defeat me? You will never beat me. Juggernaut punches Cyberdyne 9000 in the face again, causing him to laugh even, causing him to laugh even louder. Imagine hitting something in the face again and then going ha, like it just has like a loud like exclamation. I probably shouldn't get too loud because it's like I'm still in an apartment. Godzilla said retry probably. What? Why would you retry? That seems fine. You punched it, right? And then it laughed and then said, you think you can defeat me? You will never beat me. And then you tried to punch him again, and he just laughed again. He's just strong, Godzilla. I don't think that's worth retrying. Godzilla said, fine. That's not like a bad thing. It's just kind of crazy. Volt said, that was a great turn, Godzilla. Yeah, I think that works out fine. So we know we were probably not going to just punch him. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. Attempt to unscrew the bolts holding together Cyberdyne 9000's legs. If I can unscrew those bolts, then Cyberdyne will be legless. So Jet attempts to unscrew the bolts holding together Cyberdyne 9000's legs. Cyberdyne 9000 laughs and says, don't worry, I'll still be able to walk after this. Juggernaut punches Cyberdyne 9000 in the face once more, causing him to fall backwards. Hey, we did like a combo attack. So because I unscrewed the legs, this time he couldn't keep himself supported, so he fell backwards to the ground. Let's see. Godzilla said, hey. Volt said, Legolas. Yo, we're getting him. So far, this has been pretty cool. For some reason, I think because we're like fighting robots or whatever, in what seems like a dystopic, like future kind of setting, it's making me low key think about Final Fantasy VII. Not gonna lie. But this is interesting. I'm fucking with it so far. I can't believe that Volt's character almost died from having an orgasm, like at the beginning of the session. That's really wild. Godzilla said, this is going good. I agree. This is going good. Godzilla, like, I don't want to do a battle. Then Godzilla instigates a fight by inserting soldiers into the story who weren't there. He's like, I'm not trying to do a battle, but I mean, I'm down to throw these hands immediately. Sarah rips out some of the robot's exposed wires and attempts to slap the robot with them. The robot falls backwards onto the floor and starts to explode. The rest of your friends run off as fast as they can. Jet looks at Sarah, who lies dead on the floor. I'm gonna get rid of that last line, because Sarah's bitch ass isn't dead. We've already covered this. It doesn't even say how she died. Let's see. Godzilla said, I had a good one. He said, snap Cyberdyne 9000's jaw and get into his systems to destroy them. That's interesting. So it's like, and then like reach in. His kryptonite is his own wires. That kind of reminds me of the robot from Incredibles, where it's like the only way you beat him is by using parts from himself, because that's the only thing strong enough to hurt him. Godzilla said, lol. I feel like his weakness is that he was a robot. We got him by like unscrewing his legs and ripping his wires out and shit. Stuff that you specifically do to robots. If he was like a big guy, we couldn't like unscrew his kneecaps and then like slap him with his own veins. I mean, I guess we could. That'd be pretty fucking savage. Juggernaut destroys the pillars to take the building to the ground. You stand up and look at the destroyed building. Well, that was fun, but we need to get out of here. You turn around and see Sarah standing behind you. Hey, that's nice. So what I'm gonna do is instead of saying you stand up, I'm gonna say Juggernaut stands up. Juggernaut stands up and looks at the destroyed building. And then I'm gonna say, who wants to say the line, well, that was fun, but we need to get out of here? Because honestly, I think any one of us could say that. It doesn't really matter who. And also, if someone wants to change the line and say it, Volt said, I will. Godzilla said, me. I'm gonna say Juggernaut and Sarah say, well, that was fun, but we need to get out of here. So you guys just say it at the same time. And then I'm gonna get rid of the line that says you turn around and see Sarah standing behind you. I already know Sarah's here. She's talking to me. Volt said, Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Ayo. So now it's my turn. Um, Attempt to hack into a flying car and command it to drive us to a safe house outside of the city. I'm curious if it knows what a safe house is. Godzilla said, alright, in game. Jet attempts to hack into a flying car and command it to drive us to a safe house outside of the city. As you and your friends leave the city, you notice that the sky is beginning to turn red. You then hear a loud explosion, followed by an ear-piercing noise. A large part of the city is now leveled, leaving only rubble in its place. Oh shit. Did the city blow up right as we left? Let's see, Volt said our cybernetics have not been kind to us. And then Godzilla said, yeah, that's a cool ass line, Volt. That would have been cool to say. Kevin said, is that a Kim Possible reference, Volt? If so, cool. Wait, what was the Kim Possible reference? Godzilla said, never mind. Let's see, it is currently your boy Volt's turn. Volt said, I might have turned the robot into a bomb. Then Ryan said, Kim Possible. Beep boop beep doop. Man, I need to watch more Mega Man Fully Charged. It's just okay so far, but I don't hate it. Ryan said, is an theoretic person. Why do you say an before theoretic? Oh, he meant to say, excuse me, an athletic person. Kim Possible is indeed athletic. That is true. I don't know why I've been burping so much recently. I don't think I've been drinking more smoothie than normal or anything like that. Next up is Volt. It's your boy Volt. Volt Nation. VVVV for Volt. It is Volt's turn. Sarah says, what the hell was that? I say, while locking the car's doors out of worry. That actually is a funny scene. I like that, Volt. That seems cool. You look out the window and see a massive black hole in the sky. It's not long before you realize what has happened. The city was hit by a nuclear bomb. And then it said, a few years later. Yeah, so for one, I'm going to get rid of the part that says a few years later. And two, a nuclear bomb wouldn't cause a black hole. I'm just going to say a black hole bomb. A black hole bomb, I think, makes more sense. Unless future nukes cause black holes, I feel like you need to establish black hole bombs. Also, I can't alter your exact line. Like, I can't alter your action. I can only alter what the AI says, which I think is good. Kevin said, isn't Jinx you owe me a drink something that happened in Kim Possible? Because I remember that happening in the show. That's just something that happens in real life. Godzilla said, I was gonna buy Sarah some cocaine. Volt said, it happened in a lot of shows. It's just something people did. And then Kevin said, lol. Yeah. Let's see. So right now it is Godzilla's turn. Godzilla. Yo, Godzilla. Lizard Zor. Juggernaut. It is your turn. It's your turn. The city's been destroyed. Big ass black hole. Black holes are probably going to be a problem. Don't know how that doesn't swallow up like the whole Earth. Ayo. Volt said, yes, get Sarah San cocaine. She needs it right now. Oh, and then he corrects it to some. I thought you were going anime on us. Sarah San. Juggernaut says, well, who could have done this? Cyberdyne 9000? You look out the window and see a giant black hole in the sky. It's not long before you realize what has happened. The city was hit by a black hole bomb. So it just copied what it said before. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit retry on your turn. So that it doesn't just say the same shit over and over again. Hopefully. Let's see. This time it said, you look out the window and see a giant black hole with a bright light inside. Juggernaut says, I'm sorry, but I don't know what to do. You look out the window and see a giant black hole with a bright light inside. I'm going to get rid of the repeating line in that. Juggernaut, how do you feel about that line that says, I'm sorry, but I don't know what to do? Would you like me to change that line to say something else? Um, just a thought. Also, it says, you look out the window. I'm gonna change the you to Juggernaut. So it's like Juggernaut looks out the window. Let's see. Kevin said, that's fair, Volt. It does happen in a lot of shows, I guess. Godzilla said, I love that line. That is great. Kevin said, I just recall it happening in other shows. To be fair, my memory isn't the best. No problem, Kevin. No problem at all. Let's see. So next up, it is my turn. Command the flying car to go as fast as it can to escape the blast radius of the black hole bomb while hacking into the car to bypass all limiters, well, all safety limiters for maximum speed. I guess that should end with an exclamation point. So I think that'll be pretty actiony. Jet commands the flying car to go as fast as it can to escape the blast radius of the black hole bomb, while hacking into the car to bypass all safety limiters for maximum speed. You look out the window and see a huge black hole. As you watch, the light from inside the black hole begins to grow brighter and brighter until it becomes blinding. Then suddenly it disappears completely, leaving nothing but darkness. A. Instead of you, I'm gonna say everyone looks out the window. And then I'm gonna say at the huge black hole, because it's not like we weren't already. And then I'm gonna say, I'm gonna get rid of the part that says as you watch, and it'll just say the light from inside the black hole begins to grow brighter and brighter. Yeah, there we go. That part's fine. Let's see. Where are we at? Kevin said, don't recall. Then Volt said, boy, I want to jump out of the car and free fall to the earth, this time without the orgasm. Godzilla said, I would love if we become like the Avengers and become these world's heroes for this world. Volt said, yes, that's what my suit is about. It's a hero suit. Volt, are you wearing the hero suit? And if so, that hero suit did not protect you from that fall. Godzilla said, let's all become heroes and save the world. Godzilla said, what is our superhero group called? Godzilla says, I'm basically the Hulk. I was thinking that when you said that you glow green. Yo, Volt, is your move Volt? Volty Volt Volt, Mr. Volt, Mr. V. V for victory. Sarah Victory, hero of the cyberpunk wasteland, savior of the slaves. Or maybe we killed all the slaves by accident because, if that explosion was caused by Cyberdyne 9000, we were the ones who destroyed Cyberdyne 9000. So, yeah, there is that. And also, even if it wasn't caused by Cyberdyne 9000, it could have been caused by that building that we toppled to the ground that was at least 25 stories tall and also belonged to a mega corporation and probably had a black hole bomb in it. Because that explains why a black hole bomb goes off. Like, if anything, we probably caused all of this. Also, if anything, we're probably the last survivors. Like, in the end, we got out scot free. Like, we escaped slavery. But it's kind of like if you escaped slavery by, like, burning the plantation down with all the other slaves in it. Sarah grabs the steering wheel from Jet and forces us to land. Jet says, "We're going to die." You look out the window and see a bright light coming from inside the black hole. I'm going to get rid of the last line, but I'm fine with saying we're going to die. Godzilla said, "What if Cyberdyne 9000 had the core of the planet in it? How? How would a Godzilla? What does that mean? How could it have the core of the planet inside of it if we're on the planet? The core's in the center. How big would Cyberdyne 9000 have to be? How big would the building have to be? Is Zale in space? How would that work?" Also, oh wait, that was Volt who grabbed the steering wheel and forced us to land. I think I accidentally said that Godzilla did that. Okay. Godzilla, it is your turn, Godzilla. Mr. G, G-Man. Volt said, "We are the Cyberpunks. That's our hero group name. It's generic, but I like it. Cyberpunks. Dun 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 dun. We're pretty much bad guys. Like, people could definitely blame us for blowing up the city. Dun 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 dun. Um, I mean, we can try and be superheroes." Volt said, "No." Kevin said, "If you killed the core of the robot, wouldn't the planet die also if that's the case?" I don't think Cyberdyne 9000 had the core of the planet in it. I don't think that makes any sense. And then Volt said, "We didn't set off the bomb." Then who did? Who did set off the bomb? Godzilla said, "Just like the Avengers." Juggernaut said, "We need to go to a new city and tell everyone what just happened." Huh, okay, that's fair. The game said the group runs away from the city. Suddenly, a bright light shines through the clouds and hits the ground, causing sparks to fly everywhere. The group looks up and sees a gigantic spaceship hovering over the city. Aw, shit. Aw, shit. I'm gonna say runs away from the destroyed city because there's no city left. There was a fucking black hole hovering over the remains of the city. Okay, oh, it's my turn. Volt said, "We found out who set off the bomb." I'm sorry, did the city just happen to get attacked by fucking aliens? Okay. Attempt to hack into the spaceship and disable its life support and weapons systems. Godzilla said, "Okay, so we have a Juggernaut. If I disable their life support and their weapons, it should fuck them up." Godzilla said, "This is literally the Avengers. The Avengers don't stop a black hole bomb." Jet says, "We should be able to make it back home." You look at each other and agree. Suddenly, the spaceship opens fire on the group. The bullets pass right through you and hit Juggernaut directly in his chest, killing him instantly. Holy shit. So instead of saying we should be able to make it back home, I'm going to change that line to say, I think I've disabled their weapons and life support systems. We should be safe. And then It's gonna have the part where we look at each other and agree, and then it's like suddenly the spaceship opens fire on the group, the bullets pass right through you and hit Juggernaut directly in the chest, killing him instantly. So there we go. Now we got it rolling. Let's see, Godzilla said, now I'm gonna go fight their alien leaders. He said, you guys can join too. Well, actually, you got shot in the chest and died instantly. Ryan said the Avengers' first fight is with Graviton, who is a walking black hole. That's in Avengers' Mightiest Heroes. Godzilla said, oh my god, I am died. And that's where we're gonna cut it off for tonight. So we got a cliffhanger ending. Godzilla seems like he died to an alien attack. Excuse me, and aliens are invading our cyberpunk campaign, so this is getting pretty wild. If you guys like this story, make sure you smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring the notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jeb Life One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chickadee guy.